Hi, I'm author and illustrator Darren LeBoeuf, based in Alberta, Canada. I work with schools and elementary classes to create stories and illustrations and all kinds of fun things. And today I wanted to demonstrate how I might go into a classroom and we would take a character and come up with different story ideas for that character. So this morning on the way to school, I asked my kids to give me a character and an activity that character might do. And my son came up with a rhinoceros. My daughter suggested he works at an ice cream stand, so we're gonna do that. So I've gone ahead and drawn my rhinoceros working at an ice cream stand, and I'm not worrying about making it look beautiful. So there he is. So what can we do with this guy? So, one thing that instantly comes to mind is, he has these horns there. I could see him maybe he keeps the waffle cones on his horn. That's how he serves it. But that's not really a story. That's just kind of a fun detail. That's supposed to be a hand grabbing an ice cream cone. But anyway, I'm thinking, maybe one day he runs out of ice cream and he has to figure out what to do, or maybe it's an especially busy day at the old ice cream stand. So we'll get him back in there. He looks like he got a longer nose this time. So he's a rhinoceros. Maybe he works. Maybe his ice cream stand is in the Serengeti. A big elephant. We've got like a giraffe there. Okay, bear with me. Trust me, it's a giraffe. Maybe he has like a whole lineup of people, and he's quickly running out of ice cream. And so the story is he has to figure out what to do, how he's going to get more ice cream, or if maybe he's going to try selling something else instead of ice cream. So that's one possibility. Another possibility is he's at his ice cream stand, and then one customer comes up and asks for this really, really weird flavor that is just not very common. So if I was in the classroom, I would ask the students, okay, who's this character that's asking for this weird flavor of ice cream? And they would come up with all kinds of cool ideas. But for since I'm not in front of a classroom right now, let's just go with maybe a hyena. Although I'm kind of drawing like the back of the hyena here. I don't know what a hyena tail looks like. Let's pretend. Okay, well, it looks like we're going with something that looks more like a zebra. He actually looks kind of mean there. That wasn't my intention. I'm just gonna redraw that eye so he's just like, there we go. We got like just your average cool looking zebra. And you know what? I'm just gonna make the rhino looking at him. There we go. Okay, so he says he wants something like, this would be another fun part in the classroom. I would ask the students, okay, so if he's asking for this really weird flavor of ice cream, what flavor is he asking for? And then I'd get like about 75 different ideas for what this ice cream flavor is. Let's say I don't know what zebras eat. Let's say he wants this like grass. He wants a grass ice cream cone, but he doesn't have the grass ice cream cone. So maybe he has to go into like the back room where he keeps all his extra flavors. Big door there. And then when he gets there, it's in the back room. We see the rhino looking out into this giant room just filled with like mountains and mountains of ice cream. And then way in the back on top of this like ice cream mountain, there's just one little bucket of this grass flavored ice cream. Maybe the story is this journey to get all the way up to this one flavor of ice cream. Another idea I had when my kids first mentioned the rhinoceros working at ice cream stand is we have our rhinoceros working the ice cream stand. Oh gosh, I'm gonna like redraw this again. He has an ice cream stand and it's called Good Ice Cream. And business is good. He's got like customers all the time. They love his ice cream. But then another ice cream stand opened up next door and it's called Great Ice Cream. I was picturing this guy being an elephant just because elephants are kind of fun to draw. Bunch of big circles, a big long trunk, and some big ears, and there you go. You got an elephant. And I thought it might be kind of funny that he like barely fits inside his stand there. So once this elephant opens his stand, of course, all the customers start going to his ice cream. Okay, so now we've got a story happening. We have Rhinoceros, whose ice cream stand was doing pretty well, and then all of a sudden, a rival ice cream stand opens up next to him because they've got great ice cream. So the Rhinoceros has an idea. You see him kind of like thinking there. And usually when a character has an idea, you see like a little light bulb go off in their head. But I thought, wouldn't it be cool if it was, instead of a light bulb, his idea was an ice cream cone. So his idea is he's gonna open up yet another, well, he's gonna change his sign. And it's gonna be, he's gonna call it Excellent Ice Cream. Did I spell excellent right? I did not. Excellent Ice Cream. And once again, he's got all the customers. And the elephant, he's gonna look over. Okay, now the tables have turned. Now the elephant is the one who's losing all the customers to this. No one wants this great ice cream anymore. They want the excellent ice cream. And so the story pretty much writes itself at this point, but it also at this point, this can keep escalating. It can go from good ice cream to great ice cream, excellent ice cream, super duper ice cream. If I was in the classroom right now, I'd get the students to come up with all kinds of escalating adjectives to describe this ice cream, and by the end of it, we would probably have something really cool like the super awesome Skibidi. Is that good or bad? I don't know. Let's not. Maybe not Skibidi. Super awesome, duper schmooper. You can imagine. Okay, so, but what we need to think about now is how this story is going to end. I have one idea there, which I think is totally sufficient, if not good. Maybe it's excellent. Maybe it's super duper. Okay, so we have our two ice cream stands. Their signs are just getting just crazy. Okay, the elephant has somehow grown in size since the first time I drew him. Whatever. And then someone opens up a stall next to them. So these two are fighting. They're into this big marketing match, I guess. And then finally, this little, what's a small animal that lives in Africa? Let's go, I don't know, like a wombat? No, that's more of an Australian thing. I don't know, let's just say like a little, something like a mouse. I'm sure there's like something a bit more exotic than the mouse that lives in the Serengeti. And he's selling donuts. And everyone just loves his donuts. The end. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care.